So at 17, you really jump in full-fledged into bounty hunters. At what age do you go to jail? So what I'm asking is, what's your length of time like out on the streets and really banging?
Oh, well, for me, again, gracefully, because God still had a plan for me and had wings on me because of my parents, even though I was rebelling against him. I didn't do my time like a lot of my homies because, one, I never did miscellaneous crimes. I didn't do bullshit crimes. I didn't fucking rob old people. I didn't go snatch elders' purses. I didn't do, if it wasn't no real money in it, I wasn't fucking with it. So I used to fuck with West Side niggas. My West Side niggas was on a whole nother ball game. Them niggas till tapping is getting that jewelry, hitting jewelry stores. This is how I learned from the Jungles. The Jungles was some vicious motherfuckers, man. Them West Side niggas got money, real money. So I learned a lot of shit from my relatives, Big Casper, OG Casper from the Jungles, Ghost, Cass, rest in peace. You know what I mean? All these niggas was grinders out of my second generation. So we all ran together. So when I used to leave the Nixon, go to the West Side, I'd be in the Jungles. The West Side niggas had the T.I., the sweatsuits, that's who taught us, the East Side dudes, how to really dress as far as the matching everything from shoes, socks, the pants, the shirt to the hat. So I learned diversive from the East and the West. So I had a combination of it. So when I started dressing, I was able to start dressing. I dressed like my big homies, be pleated up. And then some days I'd be looking like my West Side niggas. I had my sweatsuit on, my gear, with a car, you know what I mean? Because I learned that from them, from the West Side cats. So after 17, like I said, 17, once I caught my first bodies and my first attempted bodies in my ADWs is what put me in the system. Now, when I go in the system, I do time breaking up. I don't do it like 10, 20, 30. I never really got caught up like that. Thank God, but I have 2 times I beat 40 years twice and gave it back to him. I gave 40 back to Angola because I got caught up in Kansas City, Kansas for a kidnap ransom. Me and my little homie, Lil Donald, I got caught up for that. I ended up beating the case, get acquitted off it, get him 40 back. I get caught up again for some old bodies they put on me, bought back up, filed on me, and then they filed some current new shit on me, which ended up with an ADW attempt again, which stretched out to about 9 counts in 1997. This is during my death row eras when I was fucking with the road for a minute, and then I'm in the streets heavy, and then I had just became one of the founders of the 1992 Peace Treaty movement. So this is how they took me out the way, because they took all 3 of us, me, Snipe, Dwayne Holmes was one of the founders from out of PJs, Dawood Sherrills, A.K. Dada from out of Jordan Downs. He ended up in the Fed, Snipe ended up in the Fed, in the state, and I ended up in the state. So they took all the founders out of the movement, put us in prison. So in 97, they hit me. They came and raided. The same police that hit OJ picked him up. They picked me up. The same Los Angeles Hollywood sheriffs, they picked me up. You know what I mean? And I can go into direct naming of the aspect of the arresting officers, but they raided and picked me up. And I was set up by this Puerto Rican chick I used to fuck with, feel me? And they hit me at her spot, picked me up.
Can you explain what happened?
Well, I had female emotional bullshit first to begin with. Straight up. That's why a lot of these cats need to learn out there, man. A lot of you youngsters out there in TV land, man, need to really learn, man. It's a differential between a bitch and a woman. I don't know if your daddy, if you got one, your stepdaddy, if you got one of them, your brother, your uncle, somebody. If they ain't there, well, Big Cap tell you right now, homies, and the females out there. It's a separation, 2 different life categories between a bitch and a woman, a nigga and a man. And that go for any fucking race and culture, any race and culture. This ain't no black thing, this ain't no black, white, any culture. It's a differential between a bitch and a woman and a nigga and a man. Bitches can't do what women do. And niggas don't do what men do. They can't. It's impossible. Because if they did, we wouldn't have deadbeat fucking daddies, sperm donors, baby daddies. Wouldn't have that category wouldn't exist. Baby mamas, none of that.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with that being said, it takes us into, people not understanding collectively how to separate when it comes to certain categories of things. You follow me?
Yeah. I don't know if you answered my question, but So from 17 to what? Let's say 26.
For it's time for man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, well, I've been 4 years here,
Okay.
3 here, 4 here again,
Okay.
2 here, 2.5. It's collectively all together for us being in a system, a dove.
Okay.
A dub, but like
Okay.
I said, by the grace of God, and me being jumping into, I just want to say this real fast, putting that out there. A lot of us cats coming up out the 70s and the 80s. One thing about us coming out of the streets of Los Angeles and our gang culture, what we learned primarily in a system was we learned how to battle the motherfuckers back. That's why see this internet shit. I have people fucked all up because they don't know what plea bargain mean. They don't know what plea now mean. The internet got pleading and snitching. No, that's a motherfucker who committed a crime and they're taking their own responsibility and their own accountability, man, in their own hands. You can fucking do that as a human, jackasses. Snitching is that, yeah, your honor, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the fucking truth. It was Spliff.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Who is Spliff right there? With the polo, all that.
Yeah.
That's telling, man.
Yeah.
So who was in the car with you? Oh, shit. Ain't nobody in the room but me and you. But shit, man, you know shit, man. Ace was driving. I was just in the back seat. Nigga, you just put Ace in the crime. Ace ain't even in the interrogation room. That's telling, man.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So cats, they had this shit all so fucked up. So a lot of us in our era, the reason why we end up doing a lot of time and time span like that, because dudes pleaded out. They took deals. That's why you got cats laid down for 20 years, 15, 10, because it was best at their best interest. Or not, it was life, 30, 45, ain't no get back, which is being smart. So what we did, a lot of us, we started sitting in them cells, and we flipped the game, and we went and learned the paralegal game. We became pro-pervs. So my second 40 to life where I had all them cases and charges, I became pro-perv with the assistance of 2 attorneys I hired out of Pasadena. One of them I made do all the research. He did all my research and running. Then my other one was my actual attorney to be able to speak the lingo in court. So me and him did the battling. And I got a quit. They transferred me from CCB. I'm facing 40 to life. They transferred me from CCB to Van Nuys Court. Now, mind you, these is 2-hitter courts at this time of era. Got major reputation for giving niggas thousands of years, like myself. Niggas like me, oh, you gone, you out of here. Ain't no question. You going to trial, and you know who you, man, they finna book you. Well, that's what they gonna have to do.
Yeah.
And so I went all the way 12 in the box, fighting these big charges, and got acquittal. Except one count. My other count, I got a hung jury in it. 8-3. So what they came back with me and told me, asked me time served, because you was already in the county for down there 9 months fighting it. I did the time served, I got out, they gave me 2 years probation, walked that probation off, paid the fine, it was a wrap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was my last actual run-in with the system in 97 as far as going in, doing time, having any hard-shutting cases. But unfortunately, the devil put me in a situation again in 2019, I called assault on the Burbank police.
Yeah. Hold on. I don't want to move too fast past this, because this is always my question, right? Some of the most brilliant dudes, intelligent, smart dudes, is all locked in that box. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, why is it that most of the dudes, when they get in jail, they get smart, and when they out on the streets, they just result back to, you know what I'm saying, what they've been doing, instead of taking what you learn while you down in the box, take that and bring that to the streets, and that way your life is in a better place. Why you think it don't transfer out when they get out on the streets?
That's a good question, D. Reason being is a good percentage of them do. You just don't hear about or see it, but they do.
Okay.
To answer that question. Then a lot of them backslide because it's so easy to backslide when I've been first of all, they took me out of this element to put me in this lifestyle element over here that I had no knowledge of, but now that I do. So when they come over into this system, a lot of cats don't come in the system and take advantage of it. It used to be a time, because the system had money, you can walk out this system as a scholar, asshole. Meaning you got degrees. Fuck a GED. You got a fucking high school diploma. You literally went to high school, took the high school equivalent test, passed. You got a high school diploma. You walked across stage. They got programs in here, but cats didn't take advantage of them. They was too deep into the bang aspect of things. Fuck a education. And they was caught up into some way deeper than beyond it that brought us all the way into the day, which was a control mechanism. It was something that controlled our mind, our body, our frequency, our smell, our thought system, everything that had to do with all that. I just learned this shit recently in my life, and this shit controlled me as Bounty Hunter BJ. So this is how deep this shit goes. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when a lot of them get out, that's just why they backslide, because it's easier for them to return to their natural habitat. I don't know nothing else, and I'm scared to leap forward and take a chance. Then you got the dudes who went and got the education, said shit, got out, put on a suit for the first time of his life, looked in the mirror and said, oh, I do look different. Get a briefcase, and he go forward, because those are the guys who take the chances. And last but not least, answer the question as to why do they go to jail and get smart? Well, it's simple. They came from a broken home. The majority of them, came from broken homes. Drugs, pill popping, drug addict mamas, because we talking about the crack epidemic era. Mm-hmm. So you got crack mixed with gangs. Come on, man. It's like it's a no way out choice here. You got crack epidemic mixed with the gang culture. These are our choices. So now, third choice, last but not least, which is the most foremost choice over both of them fuckers, is to go to school and become educated, because this here is the most power you need in life. It's powerful than any gun, any boring arrow, any weapon, is this. Because there's so many cats that got this, they sit back and push buttons and kill Bill like the niggas in the streets that pull triggers and don't even realize it. That's power.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for tapping in with us. In order to see more clips like this, check out this video here or check out this one here.